here? What can I help you with? Okay, I see. I see. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and I would like for you to answer as sincerely as possible and as honest as you feel like. You are the center of our session here, and everything is confidential. But if you don't feel like telling me something, that is completely fine. So, I want you to tell me, firstly, your name and age, and then we can start, alright? Okay, and age. Perfect. Alright, and now, um, since you're here, my first question for you is how is your overall mood? I would like for you to describe me your mood lately. Have you been feeling angry or maybe very calm? Just tell me what would best describe your past few weeks. Okay. Okay. I see that. All right. And are there specific situations that usually trigger your stress and anxiety? Mhm. I understand. Well, that that can be very stressful, and your anxious response is a normal thing that occurs to people when dealing with such situations. So I want you to know that a lot of people are dealing with what you are dealing, and everyone has a different response. Yeah. Mhm. Have you noticed any patterns, or do you have any concerns with your thoughts or behaviors lately? It doesn't need to be something negative, it could be something positive. If you're doing something you notice is maybe kind of out of character for you, or maybe it's not out of character, maybe it's just something you noticed at some point that you're doing lately. Yeah, that could be something like that. Sure, let me jot that down. No, don't worry. So, in my notebook here, it's my mistake. I didn't tell you what I'm going to write. So what I'm asking you are questions that help me assess your current situation and your past situation. I will be asking you the questions later on. But what I'm writing down is key things I you're telling me that might help me in the future when we going over your case, because when your next visit is gonna be, I need to know what you said and not like, oh, the story, because I remember what my patients say, but there are certain details that I may overlook now. But next time when you come in, maybe there's gonna be some link between them that may help me better understand you. And of course, I can show you at the end everything I'm writing down if you want to see. Some people won't, some people don't, but anyway, if you ever want to see what I'm writing down in my notebook, I can definitely show you. Where were you? Sleep. I wanted to ask you about your sleeping pattern. Do you sleep 5 hours, 7 hours, over 8? Yes, if you're sleeping too much, that's an important thing as well. Okay. How about focusing on tasks? Do you find that challenging lately? Even if we're talking about really easy tasks like washing the dishes, brushing your teeth. I see. I see. Okay. Any difference in your eating habits, or maybe rather, I would like you to tell me about your eating habits as a whole, and then how it's been for the last few weeks. Okay. Okay. So, and how about now? Do you still uh, does that bother you now? Does it still happen? Don't need to worry. I know sometimes the way you eat and your eating habits may play a very important role in your day-to-day life, and you may feel like you're always thinking about what should you eat, what you ate, or maybe sometimes you're completely out of control. But even though it feels like it's such a big part of your day and it takes up a lot of your time, there are very easy solutions that you are not thinking about right now. And with time, things get clearer, and you are going to see that your eating habits don't really, or maybe in the future, won't affect you as much as they affect you right now. No, I don't want you to think about how's what you think is gonna happen in the future or how it may affect you or your plans. We don't have to worry ourselves with that today. Nothing about the future. I just want to know what you've been going through and what you are going through right now, okay? Okay. Let me right. Um, let's talk a bit about your family. Okay. Um, is there how is your relationship with? Mhm. Okay. And do you feel like your relationship with this person affects your overall well-being? Okay. Okay. And how often does that happen to you? I see. I see. All right. And do you feel like you are spending a lot of time with this person or only? Mhm, I see. Okay. 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 That sounds very good, actually. Yeah. That's the good part, the silver lining. Okay. Um, I've asked you about stress and anxiety and what triggers them, but I also want to ask you, what are you doing when you're feeling stressed or anxious? How do you cope with those feelings? Okay. All right. Okay. So you that's good. Okay. What else are you doing when you're feeling anxious, or does that happen when you're bored as well? Okay. Um, what are your hobbies? What do you do for feeling joyful? What's your entertainment daily? Mhm. Okay. Are you satisfied with work, and with your career. Mhm. Have you experienced fears or panic attacks or okay, okay. How do you navigate social situations? How do you feel about being in a crowded space outside? Maybe you're at a cafe or a restaurant and it's crowded. Or maybe there you are with some friends and some new people are coming and you have to talk to them. And how do you feel? Do you feel rather anxious or rather excited? Okay, I want you to tell me about one disappointment you've had. Just one you can think about. Doesn't matter if it's recent, doesn't matter if it's from a very long time ago. Think of one thing that disappointed you or made you very angry, maybe you're very sad. And I want you to take that thing that made you feel that way. And first of all, did you think about a certain situation? Okay. And what did you do after? What did you do once the situation ended and you were there with your feelings? What happened? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let me write that down very quickly. And did your feelings go away? Did you feel better after doing that? Now, I want you to tell me one beautiful moment you remember in your past. Yeah, something that made you feel happy, maybe loved, maybe whatever you remember that was a very nice memory you have. Hmm. And how does that make you feel right now? How do you maintain your close relationship? Your friends, your family, do you have a specific time when that you spend with them? Do you have maybe a schedule or it just happens? You just spend time with them without thinking about spending time with them? Okay. Let's talk about decision making. Do you feel like you're indecisive? Mhm. Okay. All right. Mhm. I want you to define success for me. Okay. Okay. Then then try to define happiness for me. And now what would your ideal life look like? I see. Okay. Most people say that. But let's say you're in your future self, yes, like you're your future self and you have the perfect life. You have money, you have everything you said you wanted before. Now, who's in the house with you? And what are you doing? Okay. Okay. Now, I want you to tell me about conflicts in your house. First of all, do you have regular conflicts? And okay, and how often do you have a conflict with someone? Okay, so we're talking about all conflicts, not only at home. All conflicts you have in a week. Okay, and how many of those are within your house or within people that you continue to see? Not only your house, your coworkers as well. Okay, and in the house? I see. Okay. And what, so apart from when you start the conflict, because when you start a conflict, that's a bit different. When other people start a conflict in your house, what's their issue usually? What makes them have a conflict with you? What bothers them? Mhm. And how do you react to that? After having a conflict, how does your day look? So let's say you've been having a fight with a person in your family in the morning. That doesn't seem the happiest thing to happen in the morning. But you woke up, had breakfast, and had a big fight with a family member. Now they're gone, they left the house. How does your day look? Okay, so you call your, okay, you are now. Okay, so you talk with them. Do you talk a lot about the conflict after it happened? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you hang the phone. What do you do after that? Okay, you well, okay. And are you still thinking about the conflict or the fight at the end of the day? Okay, so you usually work through that and then you are able to communicate again with the person. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, how about your childhood? Well, whatever you want to tell me about your childhood, you can tell me anything that pops into your mind. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Um, any childhood friends? Anything worth mentioning? Okay. Yeah, sure. That is an important thing. Mhm. How is your mother or your father, your relationship with your parents? Mhm. How did that make you feel? And how are you feeling right now? So, these were my questions for you today. Is there anything else you would like me to know? Anything at all? It could be small things, big things, doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, I do have two more questions for you. The first one, have you ever had any sessions with a therapist before? Okay, when you were younger. And where did it stop? Did you like decide not to go, or was there something interfering? Okay, okay, all right. And what are your expectations from our therapy? What would you like to happen after working in therapy? Okay. All right then. Thank you for coming, and I will see you next week on, yeah, on Thursday. That sounds great. If there is anything that interferes with our schedule, our planned session, just give me a call and we can rearrange. And okay, also, if there's anything bothering you and you would like to tell me, you have my patient emergency number, and you can give me a call and I'll answer you as quickly as I can. Yeah, have a wonderful day.